For Lisa and I, a helmet is a necessity. There are very few times that we're on our bikes that we're not wearing a helmet. As a matter of fact, the only time that we're not wearing a helmet is if we're on a protected rail trail. But protecting our heads is not the only safety consideration for our helmets.
Hello.
Since we use our bikes for commuting, communication while we're riding is just as important as our physical safety. In this video, we're going to review the Sena Rumba multi-sport helmet with integrated communicator and let you know if it's worth the purchase for you. We'll cover the safety of this helmet, the cost, the comfort, the battery life, and the styling. And stick around to the end for an Intercom range test and some exciting news about our channel.
So, when most people think about buying a new helmet, they probably have safety at the topmost of their minds. And usually that's what we have topmost of our minds, is the safety of the helmet. But honestly, when we started looking at new helmets, we weren't thinking about safety, we were thinking about styling. Our old helmets were very safe, but honestly, they were ugly. The airflow wasn't great on them, and they were heavy. And the reason I think that they were ugly was because there were so many electronics packed into them that they kind of looked like a bulb. In fact, they kind of made your head look like Tweety Bird. So we decided that we need to look for some new helmets. But as usual, cost is always a consideration for us when we're looking to buy something for our bikes, because as I've beaten into the ground, when we buy something, we have to buy two of them because we have two bikes. And our old helmets had cost us about $150 a piece, and we had added $99 Sena communicators to each helmet. So we already had the communicators, and we were just looking for some helmets at about that price range. That's when we ran into the Sena Rumba helmet, and we found out that the communication was already integrated into the helmets. And the best part of it all was they were $99. So they were a really good buy. They had everything that we needed. They were safe. And so we just ended up purchasing them.
So the next consideration whenever we were decided to replace our helmets is the comfort of our helmets. And comfort to me is how the dang thing fits on your head. Is it too loose? Is it too tight? And this helmet is extremely easy to adjust. It has adjustment on the back with a dial, and it has a very adjustable chin strap. And one of the other things that we considered with our helmets is our old helmets were extremely heavy. And the reason they were heavy was because there was integration in the helmet with a light in the front and a light in the back. And that just made the helmet overall heavier. It also made it so that there was poor ventilation in the helmet because you couldn't put a hole right in the middle where you've got a light. The Rumba helmet, since it does not have that integration with the lights, then it's smaller, it's not bulbous on our head, and it has room for the ventilation holes in the front, in the top, and in the rear. So it's a lot cooler than our other helmet.
The next thing that we looked at with these helmets was battery life. The manufacturer, Sena, claims that it's 8 hours. And we went out for about 4 hours one day, and we left those helmets on continuously. We rode them on our bikes, we walked into the house, we wore them around the house, we wore them into Walmart, and I can tell you that they did not lose power. When we turned them off and turned them back on, they always said that the battery level was high. And that was really important to us because with our old Sena communicators, the ones that were separate from our helmets, I think they claimed 4 hours, but honestly, we only got about 2 hours of battery life. So even though we only did a 4-hour test on this, I'm pretty confident, we're both pretty confident, that you shouldn't have any problems with the battery life on this helmet.
One of the reasons why Lisa and I chose this helmet before we knew that it had integration in it was for the styling. We were actually looking for a helmet that, like Lisa said, that wasn't so bulbous on our head. That's something that looks just a little nicer. And when we found this helmet, it just fit the ticket because it had a nice, cool, kind of a skater vibe that we just actually liked. One of the best things that we liked about this helmet is that it had the intercom integrated. And so the upgrades to that is that the microphone is located in the visor area and it's pointed down toward your face. And what that does is that it will allow for a clearer message to the other person listening on the other side because it'll be reduced wind noise. The manufacturer also states that they use noise canceling technology to help reduce that also. The speakers of the intercom are located on the inside of the helmet, and it keeps your ears unobstructed from being able to hear your surroundings. So, for instance, if an ambulance comes up, or if there's somebody rolling up behind you, or if someone says something out on the street that you need to know, like, hey, look out for that curb, okay? Whatever the situation is, you can hear that outside of your helmet, as opposed to if you were just wearing regular old headphones, listening to music, you're running along and you can't hear any of your outside environment. So next we want to go out and do an actual range test and test the distance that we can get between us with our intercoms before it starts to fail. Now the manufacturer says that that distance is 1/4 mile. So right now we're going to put that to the test and see if that's the truth. Okay, we've just arrived at the area where we're going to do the helmet intercom range test. And but first what I want to do is I want to talk to you a little bit about the setup and how to connect the two intercoms together. So first thing is that you need to download the app from Sena and connect your helmet to your phone, all right? Then after you've got your helmet connected to your phone, then you connect your helmets to each other. And we'll do that right now. Okay, now that it's 300 degrees outside,
Yeah,
Lisa's going to show us how to connect the intercoms on the helmet together. And it's a pretty simple process.
It really is.
Yeah, so the first thing that you have to do is turn on the helmet, and as you can see here, she's pressing both of the two buttons, the only two buttons, and you should hear it say hello. Battery level is high. Okay, good. And then from there, I have to turn mine on. Let me get my hand switched over here. Sorry about the camera work there. You should be able to hear mine.
Hello. Battery level is high.
Okay, so there's mine.
Phone connected.
Okay, so it said that my phone was connected because I connected my phone to the
Bluetooth
helmet.
on,
Yeah,
right.
the Bluetooth on there, so I can hear music and do whatever I
Right.
want. Now, this one note too, this helmet will not let you share your music.
No, it won't.
Okay.
That's the only
All right.
drawback.
Okay. So let's get back to Lisa because she is on fire out here. Okay. So now the only other thing
And I got
is
a sweat bee on me.
yeah. The only other thing is right back here on the minus. That is the button that you push. You push and hold. And when you do that, she hears a little chime.
Yep. And we should pop in here in just a second.
And we're waiting for it to come in.
You want me to do it again?
I don't know. Didn't work that time, guys.
No.
We'll try one more time. Press and hold. And
Why isn't there? It goes.
there
It
we
popped
are.
in.
Okay, so we finally popped in. We got that taken care of. See, that was supposed to be seamless, but
That's
that's what
right.
we're going to do. We're going to show you all of the flaws and everything that we
We're
possibly
like those
can
big
with it.
tech talks when they're introducing new stuff, you know, and they don't work the first time.
That's right. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started on this intercom range test. We'll
Right.
get that intercom range test and get that set up. All right, now we're going to get started on this intercom test. And Lisa's all geared up and ready to go. And what we're going to do is that we've already predetermined 1/4 mile down here where the manufacturer said that that was their
Right.
range. And we're going to
Yep.
test and see if that's the case. So Lisa's going to go ahead and get started.
Yep, I'm gonna zip on
And
down there.
we're going to see what we find.
That's right.
Get going.
All right.
All right, she's going to take off. And we're going to talk here. You can still hear me, right?
Yep, I can still hear you just fine. You sound
hear me?
great.
All right.
Nice and clear.
Right. So she's going on down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep talking, which is hard
Yep.
for me because, you know, I'm so shy. But I'm going to
Not
try
really.
I'm going to try to keep talking here and see what the range is. It
Right.
looks like that now she's maybe about 1/4 of the way down, and we're still able to talk.
Yeah, we're fine.
Got great connection. So nothing's dropping out.
It's very clear.
Right. Everything's good. Now it's getting to the point where I'm I have clear sight of her, but she's getting really pretty small in my frame and probably out on the camera.
Right, right.
All right.
Yeah, well, I can hear you just fine though. I
Yep.
am cruising right along and almost where we need to be, I believe.
All right, cool.
Close.
Cool.
And I'll turn around here in just a second.
Okay.
Actually, no, what I'm going to do is if we still have connection, I'm just going to keep going. And see
Well-
where we lose it.
Actually, stop at the quarter-mile mark if we've got connection there,
All right.
and then we'll establish that, and then we'll see if we can go any further if we can.
Okay, I'll do it. All right.
All right. Actually, we're out here on the Katy Trail. Actually, it's the Katy Trail spur that comes from Jefferson City to North Jefferson Trailhead. So it's a good little place here. You know, not a lot of traffic. We're not in people's way, and we can do, you know, almost a mile and a half down this way. So works out good.
I am where we need to be.
Okay. So you are at a quarter mile.
I am.
All right.
Can
And
you see me with the camera at all?
I can't see you at all.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I am a quarter mile. I'm at our predetermined stopping.
Okay.
That's a quarter of a mile. I'm
Okay.
gonna go-
Hold on now. And I can hear. Okay. This is what I'm going to do for the camera here. So say something.
Okay, I'm saying something.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my head, because I think when I turn my head, I think it kind of broke up.
Okay.
So say a little bit of Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Mary had a little.
Yeah, see right there? It cut out.
Mary was sure to go.
Okay, so it cut out when I turned my head.
Okay.
All right, so at a quarter of a mile, we're able to talk. I'm going to try to move around here a little bit. You talk.
Okay, I'm gonna say something. I'm talking.
All right, I'm moving around. Move your head around.
Row your boat.
Okay, yeah, when I turn away from her
Head.
like this, sometimes I can lose it.
Yeah, I am actually hearing you.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Just fine. So.
All right,
Do you
well,
wanna go a little further?
you know what? There's no need. It's starting to cut out there.
Okay, sounds good. So
All right.
a quarter of a mile.
Come on back.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, so it looks like the manufacturer was true. A quarter mile is about your limit on it, and I think it's a lot better than what our other one was, because our other one said that it was a quarter of a mile also, but I don't think we got that much. I think maybe we got about an eighth. So that's about what we got. But anyway, still an eighth of a mile, a quarter of a mile, you're still talking to someone. You probably won't get that far away from someone when you're in traffic, so it's probably not a big deal. All right, so when Lisa comes back here, we'll go ahead and wrap up the intercom section, and I'll get with you when she gets back.
All right.
All right, so what do we think about these helmets after we've reviewed them? And we've had them for what, about maybe
a month. I think we've had them a little over a month. Yeah.
And we use them almost every single day.
We do.
And so we've kind of put it through the paces for our regular routine. And we do have some pros and we do have some cons.
And there's not a whole lot of cons,
Right.
but there's a whole bunch of pros.
There's a whole bunch of pros.
Yeah.
So we'll get started on that. And Lisa will tell you the number one, really.
Yeah, the number one was safety. Now, we've been going on and on in this video about the styling of this wonderful
Styling.
helmet and how cool and skaterish it is. But we would never, ever have bought it if it hadn't met our safety requirements.
Right.
But those safety requirements are a long, long list. So what we did is we put them in the description so you guys can check that out for yourself to make sure that this helmet meets your requirements.
Right, and also when you look at that description, you may have to do a little bit of homework like we did to try to figure out what all of those numbers and all of those acronyms and
mean,
everything
right.
mean. So, but check that out, and we were pretty satisfied with the safety of the helmet.
Right, and
Right?
you know, the thing is I was pretty confident in the company too, because I don't know a whole lot about them, but I do know that they've been making motorcycle helmets, and they're a German company. They've been doing these helmets for years and years, and they've had communicators for years and years. So they're not new players to the game. They've been making safe helmets and communicators for a really, really long time.
Yeah. Now we have a list here of our pros and cons. That was the first one. It's just basically the safety on there.
Right.
But we're not so great, so we have to make sure that we look at our list to make sure we tell you everything that we're going to do. So I'm going to get my list out here so that I can see things. And
I actually have this up, and I think that clarity was the thing that we had.
You're right. You're right.
The clarity of the speakers here were just great.
Yeah.
I mean, they are they're much clearer than our standalone Sena communicators that we had clipped to our old helmets.
Right.
I've really noticed that they are great when we're going over the Missouri River Bridge. Most of the time with all of the car noise and the wind, it's really tough, even with communicators, for me to hear anything that JJ's saying.
It's probably the noisiest place that we are.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
But with the helmets, and I have that problem, so that makes it a lot better that I can hear him and he can hear me, you know, in dangerous or loud situations.
Right, and because the helmet, I mean, right here is where the microphone is. So as you can see, it's trained down this way, so it's getting my voice rather than pointed directly at the wind that's coming at us. So that does reduce the noise and makes it a lot more clear for the person listening on the other end. So that's one. One thing that I did want to make a note on that I didn't mention earlier in the video is that for the fit of this, there are two sizes. There's the medium and there's the large.
Yeah.
Those are the only two sizes that they come in.
Right.
And but it's enough range.
It works out. In fact, we both got larges because the dial in the back does go down far enough. And for a little person, I guess I got a big old head.
Well, or for a big old person, I got a little head. So who knows? But anyway, it comes in those two sizes, and also it only comes in black. So maybe it's a little exclusive or something. I don't know. But it's a nice looking helmet, and we liked it from the beginning.
And then one of the big things too was it was just everything worked. There was not a lot. I mean, every once in a while I get a lag or something like that, and you have to hit it again to click in. But really, it's so reliable.
Yeah, it's reliable. I think it's a little more reliable than our add-on Sena.
I think so too.
The Pi.
Right.
It was a little more reliable because we had to try to connect those a few times. But I mean, it still wasn't a bad deal. So I mean, that is still a good product.
Right.
It's just the integration with this and having it. I mean, it just makes your head much cooler.
Right.
It's lighter weight. All of those things are a positive
in our minds.
In our mind for that.
And then the next thing I believe was the battery life.
Yeah, the battery life.
The battery life. I double checked. Actually, the Sena Pi standalone communicators we had claimed 6 hours. We were lucky if we got to. I think I said 4 hours earlier in the video.
Right.
But we were luckier if we were lucky if we got to.
Right.
We did test these. They claim that there is an 8-hour talk time and hear time on it.
Right.
But we tested it for 4.
Right.
As I said earlier in the video, and it never wavered. It was always high. You could always. It was always clear. It wasn't like it was cutting out. And so, you know, we didn't think that we needed to test it any longer.
Right.
Because when we're out on the streets, we're never going to be riding for more than 4 hours at a time anyway.
No.
When we go on the trail, we do ride longer than that, but we don't wear our helmets.
Don't wear helmets all the time. So it works out good for us.
So the battery life is good.
But that's a consideration because if you're out, you won't have to think about, oh my God, I'm running out of one of my safety features, because I don't have communication between the two riders, and I don't think that would be a problem for most people. I think 8 hours or even 6 hours is going to be plenty.
I think so.
For most people.
Right.
One more note on the battery is the charging port.
Yes.
It's a USB-C charging port. So it's just a standardized port, so you don't have to worry about getting a new cable.
Right.
And also, I think like we mentioned earlier, it does come with a USB charging cable in the box.
USB-C charging cable, in the box.
Yeah. So,
as well as a really cool little black bag, but...
yeah. Okay, and let's see if there's anything else here that we missed. I don't have my glasses on.
And it looks like we've hit most of the things that we like about it. I believe that really we're at the cons.
Yeah.
And the cons weren't a big deal. I think the one con that some people might be a little uncomfortable with is they have a quick start guide in the box, but they don't have a user's manual. You have to download the user's manual.
If you want to be able to use the instructions
if you want to be able to use the instructions there.
Right.
And another thing is it's not hard to set up. but you do need to pair it with your phone,
Right.
with the Bluetooth.
And we didn't know that part at
Right,
first.
we
That we
didn't.
need to. Actually, we kind of forgot because whenever we got the Sena Pies, the other ones, we had to download the app, but we forgot that we downloaded
That
the
we
app.
had done that, yeah.
And so whenever we finally figured out, okay, we need to download an app, we went to our phones to download it, and we already had it on there. So we wanted to pair it with our phones, which was pretty seamless. And then pairing together,
Is
both of
easy.
them together was
Yeah.
extremely easy too, because
Yeah.
it was just like the old ones.
But it is. You just don't get the user's guide in the manual or in the box. And then it is just a little bit of an extra step because you have to set up, you have to link it to your phone, and then you can link the two helmets together.
Right.
So really, I think those are the only cons of
Yeah,
this helmet.
I really do.
I can't find anything that I honestly don't really like about it. So
Yeah. And one of the reasons why we made this video is because we were looking, once we found out this thing even existed, then we were looking for other videos that would give us some more information about it, and we didn't find much.
And they are slim. There
Yeah.
is not much
No,
information. The company has videos, and they do have a few of, I guess, their ambassadors or something, brand ambassadors who
Right.
talk about it. But there's not a lot of stuff online about it.
Yeah, so we thought we would do one that was just straight from, from our
Right.
heart, from our head. So we
Right.
can say, hey, look, this is the deal. This is what it's really like for us. This is our experience. So that's really our pros and our cons for this. And as far as what the manufacturer said, the range on the Intercom, that was
great.
fine. The only problem that we had is like when we got right at
A quarter
the
of a mile.
like I said, when I turn my head, then it might break up a little bit, but when I
Right.
turn my head back the other way, it was perfectly
Right.
fine. So I guess that claim is absolutely true.
Right.
All right. So
The next time you'll see us, we
Yes.
have some news about our channel.
yeah, just stick around for a little bit of channel update and some exciting news about it, and we'll get to that right now. All right, we don't want to keep you any longer because we know this is a long video, and it's 179 degrees out here,
It is.
Fahrenheit and Celsius.
It
It's
is.
just crazy hot. But we did want to update you on the YouTube channel. Last video, we were exactly
6 subscribers.
6 subscribers away from 100.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and that's great. That's exciting. That's great for us. We're babies
Ecstatic.
when it comes to YouTube, right? But since then, at the recording of this video, which that last video was about 10 days ago, we are over 400 subscribers. And so we are just crazy about that. So we do appreciate you subscribing. We also appreciate you leaving comments because
And asking questions. Yeah, you do. You comment and ask a lot of questions.
we learn so much from you guys, and the community gets to learn because we're not experts at everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're just two old people who like to ride
with the
e-bikes.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal. So, but thank you. Is what we want
Right,
to say.
right.
Thank you. Anybody that you know that actually wants to ride their e-bike, send them our way and see if we can help
Get your
them.
friends, get your neighbors, get your
everybody.
relatives, get them on the e-bike train because that's
Okay.
what we love to do.
Right. Okay. So, and
Yeah.
it's hot. So,
We're gonna leave, yeah.
what we're going to do is, hey, look, if you found value in this video, then just make sure that you like and subscribe.
And as long as it's not 179 degrees,
Get your
butt outside.
We'll see you in the next video.